I'd say my inspiration was my first strength and conditioning coach in the Queensland Cup in rugby league. I was at South Logan, and Kurt Vogel was the strength and con coach there at the time, who then went on to be with the Raiders and that sort of thing. So he's still a really good friend of mine, and we still bounce a lot of ideas and a lot of coaching ideas and that off each other. I felt like coming up through, I was sort of a apprentice underneath him for quite some time. And then, yeah, gone in my own direction.
I would say the ability to adapt for each individual person's needs. So like over the past 10 years, we've met I've been coaching for 10 years, such a variety of different people who have different needs and abilities. So the ability to change things on the fly so each person still gets a good level of education from us as we're coaching.
I think that's definitely a question it can go either way. There is some incredible students of the game or of the sport that have never played the sport. You get a lot of really good coaches in a lot of technical sports. I'd say weightlifting's one where you do see quite a lot of coaches come through that were never a high level athlete, but understood the sport. And I think having that understanding and that eye for technique and that sort of thing in some sports is definitely, you can definitely get coaches to the top of their game in that. I think then there is an emotional attachment that comes through though from those people who have competed at the highest level and that sort of thing in the sport in teaching, because they've been there, they've done it. So there may be a better crossover essentially to it and better feedback. But in saying that as well, the best athletes don't always make the best coaches.
No. Yes. I think more recognition than more. They should probably receive maybe more assistance and more guidance maybe into an area that they haven't been before, like a coaching area they haven't been before. Recognition, I don't think that's what any coaches may be going for. They always want their athletes to be of the biggest kind of the star of what's going on. So I don't think so. No.
It's got to be up there with number one, probably on the list at this point in time. We've had sport for so long in the state, and we've been producing good athletes for so long. But the next cream of the crop, there's not the 5, the 6, the 7, 8 other athletes pushing that number one spot. And I think that's where, if we can build from the bottom and really focus on building that S&C into those programs. So you've got kids that may not have the skill set of the top kid, but they'll outwork them, they're stronger, they're faster, they can go into a bigger system and learn the skill set. I think that's so important. I think that's something we do miss down here. We don't have the push from the 3rd, 4th, 5th person in line.
A bigger system may be led by a well-educated coach,
well-educated
and experienced coach.
Definitely.
Yeah. That's a big part of, especially our current experiences at the moment. I would say constant, open lines of communication is the most important way of seeing where one of your athletes is or players is, and then trust. So if you're gonna put your trust in your coach or your manager or whatever, you need to be able to trust them and know that you can say something without judgment. And so being able to talk about things and then come to a solution together, or if something's wrong, come to a solution together. If there's a trouble with a certain part of the game or a certain part of us, like the lift, just being able to talk it through is the most important thing for me to have.